Batman Superman issue 12 heads to the utterly destroyed Batcave, where Batwoman and Steel try to determine who destroyed the cave and kidnapped Batman and Superman. Kate doesn't want to jump to conclusions just yet, since all they know is the distress call came from the cave. John Henry says Natasha told him Batman and Superman were fighting the Brimstone Brotherhood on Hawaii, but Batwoman doesn't think it's related to that, since a professional did this hit. Steel checks the computers, gaining access to the Alfred Run computers, finding a message from a very injured Batman, who hopes that they can hear him, otherwise they are all dead. Batwoman points out that it is a recording, as Batman says that escape was almost impossible, but he managed to do it and managed to send a signal out to Earth and to Batwoman and Steel's Justice League communicators, since both of them were the only ones in range at the time. Batman tells them to listen since there's not much time, telling them of how after Supergirl and other heroes were corrupted by the Batman Who Laughs, he and Superman decided they needed to do a better job of keeping tabs on their enemies, revealing their proactive approach to tracking their villains so they could stop them before they attacked. He reveals the algorithm he invented led them to the Brimstone Brotherhood, a cult obsessed with resurrecting the Brimstone weapon from Apocalypse. Batman says that somehow the cult got hold of a chemo responsometer, but instead of using toxic waste to activate it, they used a volcano. Sometime before, Batman and Superman battle the cult and the volcano chemo, stopping them both and returning to the Batcave. Superman thinks that he and Bruce should take Lois and Selina to Hawaii for a couple's vacation. Bruce knows that now is not the time for beaches, as he wants to complete their database before sharing it with the rest of the League. Clark knows that it worked well this time, but Batman knows that thanks to Leviathan destroying the spy organizations of the world, too many prototype weapons are out there. Batman wants to pay Dr. Will Magnus a visit and talk to him about security measures for his responsometer weapons when suddenly the Batcomputer's display is scrambled. Suddenly the Batmobile activates, trying to run over Bruce, but Clark smashes it up, wondering if this is the responsometer doing this. Batman throws a Batarang at it to stop it, but it doesn't do anything, as the armored Batsuit breaks free from its moorings, smashing into the room and grabbing Bruce. Batman asks what's stopping Superman from destroying it, as more of Batman's toys attack them along with the Batwing. Batman tries to shut them down with his voice activation codes, but is denied access. The Batwing crashes into Batman as Chemo reforms, using the Batcomputer database and the various Bat gadgets to reform itself. The Batcave says that it has been compromised, and because of that, it activates its self-destruct sequence. A countdown begins as Batman wants Superman to distract Chemo while he goes for the Master Control override. Racing through the cave and diving into the water below, Batman reaches the override, pulling the power core unit out and shutting down the entire cave, stopping the self-destruct sequence. Superman finishes with Chemo as Batman knows that someone or something hacked the Batcomputer. Looking over the computer, Batman finds that the threat database has been stolen and it's left behind a virus, one that he has never seen. It's revealed that the virus is in Kryptonian, and while Batman is fluent in it, he doesn't recognize the phrasing. Superman knows that it's from Kandor, and it's repeating one word over and over: Brainiac. Back in the present, Steel thought Brainiac was one of Luthor's lackeys nowadays, and that Supergirl dealt with a version of him recently as well. John Henry wonders how the villain did all this, as Kate asks why they were the only ones who got this alert. The recording of Batman says that the bottle city of Kandor was restored recently, and when it was, it sent out an ages-old Brainiac signal that accessed the League's database and the Batcave. He doesn't know what it was searching for, but the villain merged with the database that they had built, like a composite virus. Luckily, it left a trail and he and Superman followed it, and the message they are watching was recorded in case they did not return within 24 hours. And if the heroes can hear them, they are on the dark side of the moon. The message is cut short as something comes for Batman, leaving Steel and Batwoman to know they need to follow the signal. The heroes race off to grab Natasha's space shuttle to take to the moon, as on the dark side of the moon, Batman is attacked by Brainiac's drones, who say it is critical that he is alive for their program and he cannot be allowed to escape. Batman is captured and taken back to Superman, who is chained up with kryptonite chains. The two heroes are put in a test chamber as they are told a new test is to be initiated. Batman knows the virus must have built something new for them, and chances are it'll be harder than the last test. Superman hopes Batman was able to get a signal to Earth, and Bruce hopes the heroes will follow his instructions and not come to the moon as the world's finest get ready to battle Brainiac's drone copies of their greatest villains. Batman Superman issue 12 was a really fun action-packed beginning to the Brainiac arc that pulls from the book's own continuity, as well as various other recent comics like Supergirl and Action Comics and Metal Men in really great and satisfying ways. I do enjoy that we're getting more of the database that Batman and Superman are setting up, and how it's really already biting them in the ass, since let's face it, the program is basically a beta version of Brother Eye, and we all know how that went last time. Steel and Batwoman getting a moment to shine was really damn awesome, and something I did not expect to happen, and I like that they are kind of playing second leads to Batman and Superman in the book as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of them as they venture out to the moon. The build up to the return of an earlier model Brainiac has me really excited as well, as does the arrival of the composite Superman Batman, which was hinted at throughout the issue here with a composite virus being put into play, so I imagine we're going to see that in the coming issues. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.